Hey, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, I have to laugh. I get so many comments when people see that there's two particular food videos that we did that are done tongue in cheek and with fun, but people take them so seriously. I guess I must be a better actor than I think, because when I'm doing my happy hypocrite of being part of a family that love me so much that they want me to try different foods, and I do my protesting, oh, I don't want to do this, well, it's a horrible food and I'm not going to eat it, am I? And everybody takes me seriously. So somebody is saying, and then of course if you couple that with Beth's inflammatory, controversial statements of that she is brutal and abusive, people are taking it very seriously, and really it's not. It's like a joke. We set up that we are going to have me try different foods. I don't decide which ones are there. I've tried various foods and liked some of them, and then others you could never get me to taste in a million years. But I've never liked squid. Now, I've been around a little while, so I've tasted squid before. I've tasted winkles and I've tasted all kinds of shellfish in my life. I haven't tasted those particular conical shaped shellfish, which they take out of obscene looking scum on those Filipino fish ponds. Just looking at the water that they came from, I could never ever eat any of those things. Now, Beth and her family look at them as a real delicacy, so they try to get me to eat them, and I end up doing the old standing joke, excuse me, watch my lips, no. And yet people still take it that here I am, poor Terence, he's being forced to eat those things and he hates them. Why don't you do him some fish and chips or baked beans hot with a fried egg? You could do him a fried egg. Make him some salad. I have all of these things. Believe me, during our time when we are very busy, we eat out every day. Every day I have almost exactly what I want, and I have curries, I have sweet and sour fish that I really enjoy. If we go to Vidasto, I will have sweet and sour fish, which is really delicious, and I have it with rice, which I like. Now, on Sunday, just to give you an idea of how free and easy things are for me with my diet, on Sunday I do my deliveries of all of the children to a safe place at church. I pick them up along the road where they agree to be so I can meet them. I go down to Tulang first. Now that we have the bus, I even do that with all of my family on board, and we just do a left turn down at the bottom of our path, go along to Tulang, and we pick up all the kids who are coming and all the adults. We pick up what has stuck as a name, and that is the pregnant lady, and we pick her up with her 2 or 3 children, and then there are others that we pick up, other adults, 3 or 4 adults, and the rest are all kids, and we pile them in much easier now that we've got the bus, and we take them up to the church. When the service is finished, we reverse everything, replay the movie, do everything backwards, and we take them home again. Now, what do we do in the middle? Well, I have to admit that I'm not really that good at staying awake in 2 hours of listening to a foreign language, and yes, I know that I should learn the language, but I'm still very hesitant to think or to agree or promise that I'd be able to sit there for two hours and do the service thing. So that was my wife slamming the door. And anyway, and no, we're not having an argument or something. Gosh, I get afraid everything is going to be taken wrong here. So what happens in between? Well, I drop the last group of children off from Tanghaligi, where I pick up all the adults from that little community. The name has stuck there. We no longer pick up just 3 children there. It's more like about 10 or 12 and about 3 or 4 or 5 adults. So we pick them up, I get them to church on time, well, hopefully. And then I take off by myself, free as a bird, and I go to Taliban, where, if I'm lucky, the PP coffee may have opened early, and I can sit there and have Korean noodles, which are absolutely delicious. Now, if I pig out, I have a club sandwich, which has everything on it. It has cheese, ham, let me see, cheese, ham, oh God, what else? Lettuce, tomatoes, and it's a beautiful sandwich. And it's toasted, which I love. So I spoil myself there with a breakfast. Sometimes I might be joined by my friend Brian, who takes his time off from his farm, and he comes down and meets me, and we go and have breakfast together. Sometimes I go to Vidasto, and if I go to Vidasto, I have whatever I want there. Because very few people turn up on Sunday at Vidasto, I am treated royally. They bring me my let me see, what do I have? A Spanish omelette, which of all things contains lots of fried bacon, which is crispy, just absolutely delicious and slightly spicy. Beautiful. I love it. I am spoiled to death. And I have old-fashioned French fries, like they used to make them in the UK, and we used to call them chips, and they're big things. They're as long as my finger here, and they're fat, and they've been fried properly. Now, admittedly, they don't bring malt brewed vinegar. It's just the ordinary vinegar that they have here in the Philippines. So that's the only thing that's wrong. But they do bring me a little container of vinegar and a salt cellar, which normally is not always on the table in the Philippines, is my experience. But they bring me that, and I have a coffee and I have a Coke, all the things that you shouldn't have, because it's like a heart attack special for those of you who are into food. But this is my time when I have exactly what I want. And if I don't have that, then another of my favorite dishes which I can have there is barbecued pork ribs and French fries or rice. I can have sweet and sour fish fillets, which is delicious, and I have that with rice. And if I want to, I can have, let me see, what is it? It's that stuff that keeps the vampires away. Anyway, I can have fried rice. It's just, I spoil myself. But here's my dark secret. That meal may cost me as much as $4. The truth is out, I'm busted. So when you look at our fun videos of me being a happy hypocrite and giving what I think of is an award-winning performance, I don't feel too sorry for me, because as soon as the camera switches off, I have what I want. And never ever fear that anybody is going to force one of those snails down my throat, or one of those squids. I couldn't do it. I might as well go straight to the source and eat a piece of India rubber in my case. So that's my my message to those who are worried about me and my diet, and how my abusive wife should cook me some healthy food that I like, cook him some good American food, cook him a beef burger. I don't want a big burger, a big beef burger. I don't want one. If I wanted one, I would have one. Honest. That's a promise. So thank you for worrying about me. I'm getting the food that I want. Sometimes circumstances will force us to eat twice out in a day. So, whereas when I do eat here, now, one of the things that I do here, if we have guests, then we might have hot dogs and fried eggs. I don't normally have that if I'm here on my own. What I have pancit, which is spicy noodles. And yes, I know that that's not going to make me live a long and healthy life. Oh no, wait a minute. I've already lived a long and healthy life, haven't I? So, I eat what I want. Nobody forces me to have anything. This is a foreigner in the Philippines, fit, healthy, not fat, but fit. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and send help.